Halves all day.
Why?
Makes it more of a competitive game. You get to actually play it out for the full duration. So you get an actual true chance to come back in the second half.
Halves.
Why?
I think it's just more professional.
Race 2 is like tennis.
So you prefer race 2?
No.
Prefer halves. A real man's sport.
Nice.
I don't want my game.
Halves.
Why?
Longer game. You said you were gonna ask me one thing. I like halves. I feel like it's more of a sport feeling to it.
Halves. Original and XL. I personally prefer halves. It'll give the other team a chance to come back. So a lot of times, like if you look at the percentages, some teams will be down by 3 or 4 points and won't ever have a chance to come back in the game. I mean, very few. It's probably around 80 to 90% loss ratio if you go down by at least 3 points. So if you're running halves instead of the race 2 format, you'll give that the opposing team a chance to come back in the second half, and who knows what can change in a matter of time, you know?
I'm a big fan of the halves paintball. I like to see teams get run down and destroyed. It's way more entertaining. So halves, no point limit.
Halves, old school X-Ball.
Why?
Basically, I want to see somebody come back from a 4-point, 5-point deficit. I want to see somebody actually have a chance to go back or come back from a loss. So if they go down, 3 or 4 points, trying stuff, they can change it up and actually change the the pace of the game.
Halves.
Want to say why?
Makes the ball game.
You know, the question that everyone's asking on the internet right now, if you prefer the race 2 format, which we're currently playing, or you play the old X-Ball style, which is the halves. The halves where, kind of like, my theory behind it is the points are, you're wanting to try more stuff, more aggressive breakouts, go through the axe, go through the center and whatnot. So if I had to do anything, I would probably go back to halves. I think it'd be more entertaining for the crowd and the fans.
I like the halves better.
Why?
It gives the team that's down a real chance to come back, really get their shit together, and figure everything out.
I'm gonna say halves. I'm a big fan of it.
Why?
Dude, it's just more like a sport. It's like hockey or soccer or anything else. Just halves are better. I think race 2 is kind of, it's its own beast, I guess, if you're trying to separate paintball. But if you want it to be like everything else, kind of fit into the mix, I'd say halves.
Halves, no race 2, no maximum points, play until the clock runs out, start on each side, play the whole half out that side, switch at the halftime, play the other side, and that's a match till time runs out.
No question, halves.
We need to go back to old 7-man games. 4 games in a day, 30-minute breaks in between it. You play 2 rookies, 2 pros, 2 novices, 2 amateurs.
Halves.
Why?
I just think you can't really tell, like let's say you get down 3-0 and the time's running out, you can't really come back. It's kind of hard. I mean, last tournament at Dallas against Dynasty, I mean, we were coming back pretty well. Or what the hell was it? MAO was it, right? Oh, my bad. MAO. We were coming back and just ran out of time. I think if we had halves, you could really see, who's playing better and you have time to adjust to the other team. Right now it's kind of hard to adjust, and I just don't really think you can really see a team's full potential.
I think paintball should go back to, not race. You eliminate the race 2 and go back to halves, because then, just like every other sport, it's not a race to, how many points. It's, when time expires, whoever has the most points wins. And I think we're the only sport that does that. So I think it would make more sense to draw the games out a little more, give you more chance to see more paintball and, see what happens.
Halves.
Halves or race 2?
7-man.
Do you like the halves and better?
Yeah. Seriously.
All right, give it to me then.